Hi guys, Crypto here from Cryptogasmic, coming to you today with the Bitcoin report, which we're going to do every day for you here, show you the best ways to trade Bitcoin during this cycle, up, down, in, out, long, short, accumulate, don't accumulate, what to do. We're going to tell you right now. Okay guys, Bitcoin has been quite turbulent over the last couple of weeks and very, very choppy in this area. Obviously, the biggest question people are asking, are we going to go up? Are we going to go down? Well, at Cryptogasmic, obviously we want the prices to keep going up, but we also know that in the crypto volatile markets, what goes up also must come down. So we're all about creating financial freedom and making money out of crypto so we can create our own bubble, create our own lives, free of banks, free of governments, free of bosses, be our own bosses. So we need to know when to get out, when to get in, when to be long, when to be short, when to stay out. So we're going to have a look at this on the 1 hour because we've been in a heavy consolidating period and we need to be very careful about where we're going. So first thing we're going to do is have a look. So we had this major run here, which made, a very clear set of 5 waves. So the first question we have to ask ourselves is this an ABC? Are we going to continue? So first of all, we can clearly see which side of the trade we're on. So when we're long, we really want to be here. When we're short, we want to be here. Anything else in between is consolidation, buying and selling and accumulating. So we made a nice retracement from this run up here, basically 100%. If we go from wick to wick, right, 78.6% retracement on that move. But we have to keep in mind we had a parabolic move from all the way down the bottom here, right? So even if we look at, from here, we've only made a 61.8, which is a fair kind of retracement. We from here down to here, 25%. That's quite a hefty retracement, right? So what we're looking at now is whether this new set of waves is going to continue like this. We work on Elliott waves at Cryptogasmic. Are we in a new set, which we're going to test? This area here, which we can see is the tops, or are we going to meet resistance on top of this cloud and come down? So I'm looking on a more of a smaller time frame right now. So what we want to do is, I'm looking at this from the perspective of a trader, okay? How to make money, how to get long, how to get short, all that sort of thing, okay? So the first thing I look at is we've made a new impulsive wave 1. And that has held a nice retracement on the 78.6, even if we do the full wick to wick, between the 61.8. So I like to go from when the money goes in there. So it's a 78.6 retracement. So when do we get in? When do we know the points to get in? Obviously, if we were looking, this double bottom here was a great entry spot, okay? But that's past now. So we need to look at how are we going to play this? That was obviously the great entry based on a double bottom, right? Which is the double candle wick here. Plus we had a lot of support in this area here. So if you were waiting there, and we did say the other day in Cryptogasmic, 32,000 will be the first 2 catchment place. And that's exactly what happened. So what we want to do now is, you can see we've been consolidating and we're now working on this trend. So we've swapped from our downtrend now to an uptrend. So as soon as we broke this uptrend, that would have been the first spot to be looking. But what we've actually happened into now is a consolidation area. So we had this kind of thing going on. And as soon as that broke, off we go. So that, again, is the place to get in. So again, we're not already there. So I can't advise people to chase. So obviously we're in support there, but you really did need to get in at this area here. Then we broke through the EMA, which is great. So we're now sitting in support there. So what we have to look for is this now. this double resistance at 36.32. So obviously jumping in now and thinking that is the resistance, I like to play high reward, low risk. So if we were to jump in here now in a long position, right, our possible reward, because we have to take this price point seriously, is only 1.28. And then our stop loss is probably going to be back down here at the break. So that trade just doesn't make sense right now. So if you're not in this right now, we have no other option except to sit and watch. We've missed this consolidation. I like to trade the breakouts. So if we can break, where's the? If we can break this double top here, and we can hold the body of that on an hourly candle on top of the red cloud, that will be a really good place to enter long, okay? So, and then obviously what we're looking for resistance points is a continuation of our wave set. So if that continues, what we're looking at is 1, 2, which was the perfect entry. The breakout was another good entry to improve position. So we're looking for our target there, right? So what we're hoping for is those 5 waves back up into, you know, this area here. Okay, so those are the things we're going to keep in mind. So what we're looking for is a resistance on this fib line right here. Oops, sorry. Okay, so resistance on that fib line there. Let's tag that with a price. Price label. Okay, let's put an alarm on there as well, just under, so we can watch it, because I'm not going to jump in and buy it now. So we have an alarm set for there. I want to set another alarm to see if it falls back into here. Okay, and if we can break out of there, we have 2 options. We can either look at a trade from here, but understand that we might have resistance here or at this top over here, okay? But we want to get in case this breaks through and goes up into here. So getting into this trade once we break here, keep in mind this area. Sorry, let me change that. Keep in mind this area here. If we get any resistance there, you know, you could just put a little trailing stop or a little stop loss just above your entry and know in your head that, look, we can only take what the markets wants to give us, guys. And this is what I try to teach people is sometimes the market only wants to give us a little trade. Sometimes we want to have the big trade. So we can only take what the market really wants to give us. Okay. For example, I'll show you an example from last night in EOS where we went short. It was a small trade, but we made some good margin money on that one before it turned around and it went long. So I'll have a look at that one very shortly, but we can only take what the market wants to give us, guys. So we have to read the signals and have a plan in advance. Keep our risk to reward ratio quite tight, okay? So let's share the screen again. So just to finish off on today's Bitcoin report, because obviously, you know, we could come all the way down here to a double bottom again into the 30s and down. So we have to play this very, very carefully from a trading perspective. People message me and say, oh, I should get in now because I want to have another dip. But when it dipped here to 32 or whatever, you were too scared to buy it. Why is it that after it starts taking off, people are then wishing for another dip? You got to get in there and you got to see these things. So once you saw this fib line and it's starting to get support, you know, whether you're day trading or whether you're accumulating to buy, you know, there was your areas. Like even if you missed this and you were waiting, there, right? In that 34. Don't sit there and just wish for a dip on everybody else because we got in and you didn't, okay? So you can see now, even while we're in here, this is rejecting this line, right? So what happens is a lot of people will, oh, it's running. They wouldn't buy it here at 32, but now that all of a sudden they want to buy it at 36. But they don't understand that we have a double top resistance. We have a red cloud resistance, right? There's a lot of resistance there. So if you didn't jump in, and the way we like to trade at Cryptogasmic is we we sit out of these consolidations and we trade the breakouts. So you can see there's the difference. We're already would be in a good trade there, whereas anybody else who's chasing the green is up here somewhere. We're about to get out. If it rejects, other people are getting in. So I didn't manage to get in here because I was busy. And another thing with, I'm doing a lot of margin trading now because I have my accumulation of coins from February when Ethereum was 80 bucks. Bitcoin was 4,000 and I told everybody to buy it then. So for me, I want it to keep going up. So I'm margin trading now to make cash for my lifestyle. And when it goes down, we short the market and make cash that way as well. So right now, if that breaks there, I will get in for this. I will recognize that this is a potential and this may be all that this trade wants to give me right now. I know that before I go in, okay? At 5 times leverage, that's still 15% of my money. I then put a little trailing stop as it comes down, and the trailing stop works because if that breaks through, then I'll take the trailing stop off and put a stop loss in, okay? So that's how we play Bitcoin right now. We have to wait now at this position. The thing with margin trading is, guys, you're not accumulating anything, right? So margin trading is all about then, in that moment. The timing is everything. So if you've missed, you can't chase because you're margin trading that period of time because you don't want to be holding losses in margin trading. So for me, if I get into a small gain and it comes back to zero, I quickly get out. I would rather get out and re-enter than hold that on potential losses when you're margin trading. And if you're new to margin trading or you want to get into margin trading, check out my other videos on the YouTube channel as well. And I'll just show you what I mean with last night's trade. Let me pull up the OMG trade we got into last night. Okay. So this is not it. This is what I've mapped out for today in the group. But last night, we were playing this trend. I think. Yeah, we were playing this trend. And we were playing, it was this at the time. So when it broke out, I said to everybody, so we got in on this one on OMG. It was a 1 hour trade, which made really good money. As soon as that fell through, we jumped in there. Okay. And I said to everybody, our first area of resistance is this double bottom period here. And you can see that red line was already there. So our possibilities, all right, so that's only 2%, 2-3%, but at 3 times leverage, that's a 6-7% trade. But we had the possibility for the trade to fall through there and come down to the double bottoms here, right? And it was very simple. If it went back, if it didn't come down and it went back up, we get out here, okay? So for that trade, the risk reward was like 1-to-1, but with the possibility of it going a lot further. So once that started rescinding up from there, bang, I got out of the trade. Put a little bit of money in my pocket and then sat back and watched. We had the same trend line, didn't move it, and you can see here, as soon as it broke, we're watching. As soon as we get resistance on the support, on the EMA, bang, we get in. And then what are we looking for in the future? Resistance on the EMA, which we have now, resistance on the double tops, okay? And we work our way through the trade that way. So that's it, guys. Check us out on Facebook, Cryptogasmic Group. We also have a Facebook group called Crypto Curious, which is more for new people interested in getting into crypto, where we post information daily and get the conversation going. I'm offering 2 weeks free trial for cryptogasmic.com, access to our trade signals, educational videos. The VIP chat group is amazing. Lots of good people in there who just talk trading all day long and they support each other, when to get in, when to get out. It's a really good community, and our whole aim is to help people create financial freedom. I want you to be able to create some of your own financial freedom where you don't have to pay tax on it. It's your own money, whether that's an extra bit of money to take your girlfriend for dinner, whether that is money to pay your mortgage, or get rid of your job like I have. My business went to shit, and just completely rely on crypto trading for your living. That's what we're trying to do at Cryptogasmic. So that's me for the Bitcoin report today. I'll be back tomorrow with another Bitcoin report. Bitcoin to the moon, baby. Take care, guys.